My name is Amy Ellis, and I have a website online, amyscreativeside.com, where I share current projects, some of the books that I've written, and fabrics that I've designed. My mom is a seamstress, so I learned to sew garments as a girl, and really enjoyed that process and had a lot of fun doing that as a young girl. I was 10 when I started to learn, and my mom's left-handed, so she didn't want me to learn backwards, and it got me into 4-H. So I learned to sew from a bunch of really great ladies. Finally, when I started having kids of my own, I learned to quilt. I taught myself because I already knew the basics of sewing. I just started to piece quilts instead of sew garments. I started blogging and really getting involved in the quilting community online. Well, it's been like 7 or 8 years ago now, and was really just drawn into this great community of sewists and quilters, and had a lot of fun interacting with them, and found myself more and more inspired to develop my own patterns that people could take and that maybe were simpler than what had been available, but not so simple that it's just squares. So I just started developing my own patterns, and then eventually submitted a book proposal and started writing books. I'll always recommend a baby lock sewing machine to anyone, and I always suggest that people buy the best that they can afford. And maybe it's not the top of the line, but especially if they're someone that's just starting to sew or to quilt, having all the bells and whistles might just be too much, but having something really basic that they can stitch on and fall in love with the act of sewing. Their stitches are just always nice and even and perfect, and I can sit down and sew at any time and always have a great finish. So I love Baby Lock.